Okay, so on to the next track / performance in Christina's Anthem series. Man, this over here is yet again Fujii Kaze. The last track we listened to was chilled. You guys can go take a look at that. This over here, the song is called Michi Teyu, Overflowing. So let's see what we got over here. I'd like to see something like maybe something different, less loungy, and because I'm see his versatility. Seems like an artist that could be quite versatile. But let's take a look. Let's see what we got.
Things changed, and we can do nothing about it.
That's true.
Just letting go, feeling lighter, and becoming filled, overflowing.走り出した午後も重ね合う日々も酒がたくすべて終わりが来るあの日の
There is something to that acceptance of, you know, just accepting the fact that things change, and that's just inevitable. And this is what he's saying over here. Inevitability. It's accepting that inevitability of everything coming to an end. I don't think he's saying accepting. But he did say is you got to embrace. Okay, so embracing it. I mean, what else can you do? It's going to change, so you might as well embrace the fact that is just life, and you just need to roll with that change and be grateful to still be alive. Grateful that you had those moments, right? Even though they're past and they're behind you, you'll always have the memory of those moments, but that's all you can have. You can look at it at a negative light where, you know, there are people who completely hate change and then they kind of like resentful by it and things like that. It's not going to change anything. It's just, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? You've got to just, those are the motions of life and you've got to just move with it. Carry on.
あの日のきらめきも淡いときめきもあれもこれもどこか置いてくるそれでよかったとこれでよかったと健やかに笑い合える日まで明けてゆく空も暮れてゆく空も僕らは越えてゆく
I like that. Whether the sky is dawning or dusking, we are going to transcend them all. Fire. Okay, we're going to get past this. Koreans, and I think this is Korean, I'm pretty sure. Korean, might be Japanese. But the Asian artists more specifically love their relationship songs. They really, really do. I think it's cool. I've got nothing against it. But there's so many love and relationship songs by them. Very passionate people.
変わりゆくものは仕方がないと手を離す軽くなる満ちてゆく満ちてゆく瞬間になくなる喜びそんなものばかり追いかけては
That's it. The moment we get the pleasure, it's gone. But it almost seems like that's all we've been chasing, essentially. If that's only what you chase it, and a lot of, I mean, that's just human nature. We're going to chase the good things in life. We're going to chase the pleasure, and we think that life is about happiness. Life is about consistent pleasure. Life is consistently about comfortability. That's where we get it wrong. It isn't about that. Our hardest lessons, our toughest moments are what create our character. Our toughest moments is what we should actually be training ourselves to deal with. all right? Actually armor plating your mind to ensure that you are resilient, armor plating your mind to make sure that you can deal with adversity, that you can deal with strife, right? That it's not like your mind can't just be about pleasure, decadences and temptations and things like that. Because when the hard times come, when the storm comes, right, that shit's going to be far more difficult to deal with, right? But yeah, again, we're all human, we're all fallen souls, we all do the same thing, really. And we're all guilty of not doing that. So let's go. That's a great observation over there. It's tragic to love someone just to be loved. That's mad, because then that's not true love, essentially. So it's like I'm just going to love someone so that I can get some love back. So it's almost like a yearning that you're doing it for a selfish purpose. You're doing it for something that makes you more content. Doesn't mean that you actually truly love someone. Actually truly loving someone is to be in service to them without requiring anything back, right? But if you are loving someone for the sole purpose of that purpose sort of reciprocating that, then you might be in it for the wrong reasons, right? Representation of the hands, like almost like just desperately needing a savior in your darkest moments, right? When you sort of plunged into despair and beneath the waves and feeling like you're drowning, you're just looking for someone to sort of save you from that. Really like that representation over here. But it seems like a younger hand and an older hand over here. So this might have kind of like a psychological kickback to when he was a child, maybe, I don't know. And that's where his insecurities come Could be a song about the relationship with him and his mother. I think all the sort of imagery is kind of pointing in that direction, really. It's definitely about the relationship with his mother, so I kind of feel like he's sort of firstly reminiscing about the moments with his mother and how special she was to him, and then when she passed away, it kind of left a void, and a void that was never able to be filled by anybody else, let alone a female person in his life. So I kind of feel like his insecurities and his pains and his traumas were kind of like projected onto every person that came his way, in his direction. So his sort of like relationships with females, with women, essentially have got a very strong tie back to his mother and his relationship. It sounds ridiculous, but there's definitely a lot of really interesting literature on that, specifically from Freud, who was a wacko, sure, but nonetheless brilliant. But anyway, carry on. Let's go. I think that relationship thing, I think, is kind of tied is his relationship and when he was a child in terms of what he saw with his mother and his father, and then kind of also sort of reminiscing on that, and then also projecting that into the future when he's older, and to be so lucky to have a woman like his mother who will look after him right to the end. I think there in that video it kind of represented him at the end there with the notebook where he's writing the thing. It's kind of like lyrics. So he continued with his artistry essentially, and he actually found that companionship, or at least he was daydreaming about finding that companionship of being able to have a woman that was as caring and as beautiful as his mom was. I think that was the case. Are we done? Nothing more? Okay, that's just some B-roll. Very cool track. Once again, very like chilled, loungy type music. I like the instrumentation in this one. So, yeah, cool. You guys let me know what you think down below, and I'll catch you in the very next one. Peace.